When people think about modern double-action revolvers, the very first cartridge that comes to mind is the .38 Special. In many ways, this is the go-to chambering for a revolver, in the same way that 9mm is for a semi-auto. But as it turns out, there is an increasing demand among shooters for revolvers that actually chamber the 9mm. It sounds peculiar, but these revolvers have been around for longer than most people think, as specialized competition handguns. However, we are seeing more and more intended for concealed carry or general purpose use. These revolvers are a different animal with unique quirks, but if you are in the market for one, we'll be looking at 6 of the best currently available in this video. We'll get straight into our list below, but before we do, you should think about signing up as a member of the channel. Our channel members have our undying gratitude for helping us grow, improve our content, and reach an even bigger audience. In return, they get access to members-only video playlists, downloadable guides and walkthroughs, and so much more. We truly appreciate each and every one of our members. Now, let's check out these 9mm wheel guns. Charter Arms is a budget manufacturer that is rarely mentioned in the same breath as industry pillars like Ruger and Smith & Wesson. But you shouldn't mistake them as low quality. They aren't, and Chamber Arms has a proud history of producing functional, reliable, and practical revolvers in a wide variety of calibers. One of their most notable is their Pitbull 9mm, kicking off our list today. This 22-ounce 5-shot revolver has a 2¼ inch barrel to improve concealment, but it still manages to get decent performance for most loads. Finger-grooved boot-style grips provide a good hold and aren't too obtrusive for inside-the-waistband carry, though they are a bit big if you want to tuck the gun in a pocket or put it on your ankle. Iron sights are as expected, being a milled front ramp and a shallow notch cut into the top strap. The hammer spur is small, gently sloping, and easy to actuate. So far, almost totally unremarkable, right? Well, don't be so hasty. This Pitbull is packing one heck of a surprise in the form of a proprietary rimless extraction system. The 9mm cartridge is rimless, meaning there is no rim for the extractor to latch onto. That means most revolvers can't lift empty cases or live cartridges clear of their chambers without moon clips that bundle the rounds together so they can be inserted and extracted in one tidy package. Without moon clips, you're reduced to punching out empties or live rounds using a dowel rod or some other thin tool. Not ideal. The Charter Arms Pitbull does not need moon clips to function at all, meaning you can load, shoot, and empty this revolver just like you would any that uses typical rimmed cartridges. That alone makes the Pitbull worthy of serious consideration if you have your heart set on a defensive piece. Best of all, it is one of the least expensive offerings on our list with an MSRP of just $490. The price on dealer shelves will be considerably less. Another small frame offering on our list, and one with a classic detective vibe that just cannot be beat, is the Rock Island Armory AL 9.0 Standard. This glossy black 6-shot revolver has a 3-inch barrel, adjustable target sights, finger groove rubber grips, and an aesthetic that is vaguely reminiscent of some of Colt's mid-century DA guns. The hammer spur has a pronounced protrusion and rises boldly from the back of the frame, and a swooping trigger guard, straight full-length guide rod underlug, and stretched grip peg make this one classy-looking revolver. This gun is all steel from front to back and weighs 2 pounds unloaded. Not the end of the world, but you'll definitely feel the heft if you're carrying it around all day on your belt. It's better as a home defense option, but a good holster will still make it viable for concealed carry. The MSRP of $899 seems extravagant for Rock Island, which has a reputation for being a budget manufacturer, but this revolver is actually made elsewhere, in the Czech Republic, to be precise. Even so, it can usually be found on dealer shelves for around $730. For the price, the quality is impressive, though the gun has many more sharp edges than I would prefer, especially on the cylinder release, hammer spur, and trigger. Nonetheless, if you crave old-school revolver cool, but have to have it in a 9mm, this is one of your only and best options. We're not quite halfway through our list of the best 9mm revolvers you can buy, but before we move on to our number 4 offering, please take just 1 second and hit like, subscribe, and the notification bell. You'll be really helping out the channel, and you'll be sure that you won't miss any of our upcoming videos. Ruger is one of the most prolific and respected American revolver manufacturers, and even though they've never quite had the panache or prestige of Colt or Smith & Wesson, Ruger has always built guns that are tank tough. The small frame SP-101 might be among the smallest guns in their lineup, but it is still a chunk of steel, tipping the scales at 25 ounces unloaded. This 5-shot 9mm needs moon clips to function properly, as with most wheel guns in this chambering. A pinned front sight and simple notch rear are adequate for the intended purpose of the gun, which is self-defense. You probably aren't going to win any target shooting competitions with it, but if you've got the ability, the SP-101 has proven over and over to be highly accurate in 9mm. The action is smooth, but the DA pull suffers from noticeable stacking near the last third. If you don't mind the weight, it's a robust and reliable choice for concealed carry and self-defense, and one of the few small-framed all-steel 9mm revolvers out there. MSRP is $919, but it can usually be found much cheaper at retailers. Until recently, Taurus as a company has been suffering from poor management and declining quality over the past decade or so, but that dark time is officially over, thanks to a shakeup at the executive level and a renewed commitment to quality. The revolvers coming out of the Taurus factory these days are some of the nicest I have handled, and certainly the nicest at their price point, full stop. They offer a couple of 9mm variants based on their model 905, and my favorite is the concealed hammer Talo edition. A 3-inch barrel helps make the most of the 9mm, and the old school scale grips are super easy to conceal. That, combined with the spurless hammer, shows that this gun is intended for dedicated everyday carry use. The rear sight is a simple notch cut into the top strap, but the front sight is a high-visibility night sight with an orange ring for instant pickup in any lighting conditions. The entire gun is finished in low-glare, matte black graphite Cerakote. You can tell as soon as you open the box that this gun means business, and if you want a compact self-defense revolver in 9mm, you'll be hard-pressed to do better than this one at any price. You can get your Taurus 905 Talo edition for well under its suggested retail price of $482.95 in most places. The second Ruger on our list also happens to be one of the company's very best 9mm offerings, and one of the best all-around 9mm revolvers in the world. The polymer-framed LCR got everybody's attention when it debuted over a decade ago. Aside from innovative construction and materials, the LCR family boasts one of the very slickest out-of-the-box triggers found on any factory gun. I'll put it to you this way, it was so nice that it put Smith & Wesson on notice in no uncertain terms. Designed from the ground up for concealed carry, these smooth sculpted guns were quickly offered in a variety of models and different chamberings beyond the standard 38 Special, including a couple of 9mm variants. The one to beat is the 3-inch barrel LCRx, featuring an external shrouded hammer and adjustable sights. A 5-shot capacity, slim Hogue tamer grip, and modest 21.5-ounce weight means it is entirely workable as a home defense or concealed carry gun. The high visibility sights are a definite step up from most revolvers in this category, and the ballistic advantage afforded by the barrel, in conjunction with the excellent trigger, means it is one of the best shooters on our list, and surprisingly capable at the target range. MSRP is steep at $864, but take it from me, you can find them for a whole lot less almost anywhere Rugers are sold. For serious shooters and competitors, Jerry Michalik is a household name. The man is so accurate and so fast, I'm still not entirely convinced that he isn't a robot sent from the future to fuel my feelings of inadequacy. He can shoot a double-action revolver so fast that it sounds like a submachine gun. He can draw and empty a revolver faster than most guys can set off a single shot with a semi-auto. The dude is an anomaly. And so Smith & Wesson has decided to honor his long career and countless achievements, and namely his most recent world record achievement with the release of a very special end frame, the 8-shot Performance Center Model 327WR Jerry Michalik World Record Revolver. Limited to just 1,880 units, to commemorate his new 1.88-second record knocking in gunning down 6 plates, this is a 9mm revolver that spares absolutely no expense in equipage, design, or materials. A 5-inch barrel rings every ounce of performance from the 9mm, and the scandium frame and titanium cylinder keep the weight down to a surprisingly modest 35.5 ounces. The laminated wood grips are designed to lock the gun into the hand under recoil and facilitate control while transitioning between targets. New on this gun is the Core Optics mounting system, which includes the Vortex Comp Dot. With auto shutoff, shake-awake technology, and an 8 MOA reticle, if you miss, it certainly isn't going to be the fault of your sights. If you prefer irons or your optic is out of action for whatever reason, you have a partridge brass bead front sight on a ramped base. Obviously, this is a dedicated ultra-performance competition revolver intended for die-hard Smith & Wesson fans, or for those to whom cost is no object. MSRP is a breathtaking $3,499. And with that masterpiece, our list of the best 9mm revolvers comes to a close. From utilitarian self-defense pieces to classically styled general-purpose and cutting-edge competition revolvers, if you're a shooter who craves a wheel gun in 9mm, times have never been better. I want to know your thoughts on the use of moon clips in a 9mm revolver. Are you okay with them? Or is something like the extractor system on the Charter Arms Pitbull more appealing to you? Let me know in the comments. And make sure you hit like and subscribe before you go, so you can keep up with all of our great videos here on All About Survival. Have a good one.